Imagine stepping onto a new stage, the lights are brighter, the pressure is immense, and everyone's watching your every move. That's exactly what it was like for Caitlin Clark when she first walked onto the Indiana Fever court. But within just a few training sessions, something happened that left her coach, Stephanie White, utterly speechless. We all knew Clark was talented, a once-in-a-generation player, but what White has now revealed, well, it's something no one saw coming. It's a tiny detail in Clark's approach to training that sets her apart from almost every other player White has ever coached, and that includes some of the absolute legends of the WNBA. What exactly did Caitlin Clark do that had Stephanie White comparing her to the greatest of all time? And why does this single detail change absolutely everything for the WNBA? Stick around because Caitlin Clark isn't just here to play, she's here to take over. Caitlin Clark has barely laced up her sneakers for the Indiana Fever, and already she's causing a stir that's beyond anything anyone anticipated. Fever head coach Stephanie White, a woman who's witnessed firsthand some of the most incredible talents in WNBA history, was left completely stunned after just a handful of training sessions with Clark. Think about that. Stunned. This isn't just a casual, oh, she's pretty good. This is a seasoned coach, someone who knows basketball inside and out, genuinely taken aback by a rookie. What could possibly cause that kind of reaction so early on?
This is big in my opinion. It's big for Caitlin Clark, it's big for women's basketball.
Now let's be clear, we knew Caitlin Clark was special, the hype was real, she was already being called a generational talent, the face of women's basketball, even before playing a single WNBA game. But Stephanie White's recent revelations go beyond just acknowledging her talent. She's revealed something that fundamentally changes how we should expect Clark to impact this league. It's a small, almost hidden detail in her training regime that caught White completely off guard. And when a coach who has worked with legends, icons like Tamika Catchings, draws a comparison like this, you know it's not just hype, it's a seismic shift. Stephanie White isn't someone who throws out compliments to grab headlines. She's been in the trenches, coached the best, and knows exactly what greatness looks like. So, when she says Clark's work ethic reminds her of a Hall of Famer, it's time for everyone to sit up and pay very close attention.
Caitlin Clark is back in the lab, or should I say, her natural habitat. The Fever shared footage of Clark getting a workout in with new head coach Stephanie White.
What makes this whole situation even more mind-blowing, Caitlin Clark is just getting started. We're not talking about a player who's already peaked, resting on past achievements. She's a rookie, still in the early stages of her professional career. She's still learning, still evolving, and pushing herself beyond the limits of what anyone expects from someone just entering the league. Every time she steps onto the court, she's visibly improving, fine-tuning her game, making subtle adjustments that somehow make her even more dangerous. And it's not just the coaching staff who are noticing this. Clark isn't just impressing the coaches, her teammates are taking notice too. When you have a rookie walk into the gym with the energy, the confidence, and most importantly, the work ethic of a seasoned veteran, it forces everyone around her to level up. That's how team culture shifts. That's how a franchise starts to transform from the ground up. This, in my opinion, is massive for Caitlin Clark and massive for the future of women's basketball. So what exactly is it about Caitlin Clark that's making such a monumental impact? Let's break it down step by step. Stephanie White has coached some of the absolute best players in the game, and she is definitely not the type to throw around empty praise. So when she says Caitlin Clark's work ethic reminds her of Tamika Catchings, that's not just hype, that's practically historic. For those who might not know, Tamika Catchings is a WNBA legend, a Hall of Famer, and widely considered one of the hardest working players to ever step foot on a basketball court. The sheer fact that Clark, a rookie, is already being compared to Catchings in terms of pure effort and commitment, well, it's almost unbelievable.
She moves different. She sees the floor different. She shoots different. There's just a level of excitement.
White admitted that she's only worked with Clark for a handful of times so far, but she's already witnessing something incredibly rare. It's that kind of inner drive, that burning desire to improve, that separates good players from legends. Clark isn't just showing up to practice and going through the motions. She's obsessed with getting better. She studies the game with the intensity of a seasoned veteran, constantly asking the right questions and relentlessly pushing herself beyond what's expected. And here's the truly astonishing part. Stephanie White hasn't even fully coached her yet. Clark is just getting started, and she's already blowing people away. Let's be clear, this isn't just about effortlessly sinking three-pointers and making flashy passes. Clark is obsessed with every single aspect of the game. Defense, footwork, playmaking, you name it, she's working on it. and that's what truly sets her apart. She's not just practicing to maintain her existing skills, she's training to dominate. That's a completely different mindset. She's constantly refining her shot mechanics, ensuring she has a quicker release, more accuracy even under immense pressure, and the ability to knock down shots from virtually anywhere on the court. She's also intensely focused on improving her defensive awareness, anticipating plays before they even happen, and making sure she can effectively guard multiple positions on the floor. It's this all-encompassing, all-around approach that's already putting her on a completely different level, but it doesn't stop there.
See, she worked up a sweat. Stephanie White looks focused. Some instructions. This is like tight handle work to keep her handle strong, keep the ball protected, be able to navigate in smaller spaces.
Caitlin Clark's basketball IQ is simply off the charts. She's not just playing the game, she's analyzing every move, every play, every scenario that unfolds on the court. She studies game film religiously, meticulously breaking down opponents' tendencies, figuring out exactly how to exploit their weaknesses, and making lightning-fast adjustments on the fly during the game. This level of meticulous attention to detail is something you usually see in seasoned pros, not in rookies fresh out of college. And let's not forget about her conditioning. Clark isn't just working on her basketball skills, she's ensuring her body can withstand the brutal, relentless demands of an entire WNBA season. She's building her endurance, dramatically improving her strength, and refining her agility. Footage recently surfaced of Clark back in the gym, or should we say her natural habitat, getting in a workout with Coach White. This kind of relentless preparation isn't just about being good in the moment, it's about staying great for years and years to come. But beyond her own individual growth, Clark's work ethic is proving to be infectious. Her teammates see the sheer amount of effort she's putting in, and it's pushing them to match her intensity. When a rookie comes in and consistently outworks even the most seasoned veterans, it creates a ripple effect throughout the entire team. Suddenly, everyone is training harder, competing at a higher level, and collectively elevating their game. Perhaps the most impressive part, Clark genuinely embraces the grind. While some players might see extra work as a burden, a necessary evil, she thrives on it. She understands that true greatness isn't just about innate talent. It's about the countless, often unseen hours put in behind the scenes. She moves differently, she sees the floor differently, she even shoots differently. There's just a palpable level of excitement, a hunger. She's not just chasing success, she's demanding it from herself every single day. So, what does all of this mean for Caitlin Clark's future? If she's already demonstrating this level of discipline, commitment, and relentless hunger as a rookie, just imagine where she'll be in a few years. We're talking about a player who isn't just looking to make an impact, she's looking to completely redefine what's even possible in the WNBA. But Clark's mindset doesn't just make her a great player, it makes her the kind of leader who inspires everyone around her. And speaking of inspiration, let's address something else. One of the biggest narratives swirling around Caitlin Clark is the idea that she might be too big of a star to be effectively coached. Some critics have even suggested that because she's already such a major name in women's basketball, she might resist taking instruction from coaches who haven't accomplished as much as she has. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Stephanie White has made it unequivocally clear. Caitlin Clark wants to be coached. She's not just passively open to feedback, she's actively asking for it. She wants to be pushed harder. She wants to be challenged constantly because she wants to be the greatest to ever play the game. Think about how truly rare that is. A player who is already breaking records, already one of the biggest names in all of basketball, and yet still maintains an insatiable hunger for improvement. You can see it in the training footage. Clark is putting in the sweat. Stephanie White looks laser-focused, delivering precise instructions. This is intense, high-level work. Clark could easily just coast on her raw talent and natural shooting ability, but instead she's demanding more from herself constantly. She doesn't just want to be great, she wants to be legendary. And you know what that means? She's only going to get even better. If she's already elite right now, imagine what she'll be in a few years. That's a genuinely scary prospect for every other team in the WNBA. Clark isn't just passively absorbing advice from her coaches, she's actively seeking out every possible way to improve. Whether it's watching hours upon hours of game tape, meticulously tweaking her footwork, or working tirelessly on her endurance, she's showing an unparalleled level of commitment to self-improvement. She wants to break down every single aspect of her game and rebuild it even stronger, even more efficient. She's the type of player who will identify even a small flaw and work on it obsessively until it's no longer a weakness. Her incredible ability to not just take criticism but immediately apply it sets her apart from so many young players. Some athletes resist coaching or struggle to adjust their game, but not Clark. She understands that even the very best have room to improve, and she's embracing every single
It also
challenge
looks
head
like
on.
Caitlin is bulked up a little bit, like she's put on a little muscle mass to be ready for next season, which is an MVP season loaded.
And let's not forget, this kind of attitude, this relentless drive is contagious. When your leader is constantly striving to improve, it naturally pushes the entire team to work harder. That's exactly what's happening right now in Indiana. The Fever players are watching Clark's unwavering drive and realizing they have to elevate their own games just to keep up. This is the kind of mentality, this is the kind of culture shift that transforms a team from mediocre to championship level. The fact that Clark is embracing this mindset so early in her career shows just how truly special she is. And speaking of leadership, let's talk about how Caitlin Clark is already stepping up in ways that even seasoned veterans sometimes struggle with. She hasn't even played a single WNBA game yet, and she's already stepping up as a leader inside Fever training camp. This isn't just rare, it's almost unheard of for a rookie to command this level of respect from her teammates and coaches before even playing her first professional game. Most rookies enter the league with a primary mindset of proving themselves individually. They focus intensely on adapting to the increased speed of the professional game, adjusting to the heightened physicality, and carving out their own place on the team roster. True leadership, the kind that impacts an entire team, usually comes years later after a player has firmly established themselves as a star. But Clark, she's already leading from day one. Stephanie White has worked with countless young players before, but she's noticing something fundamentally different about Clark. It's the way she carries herself, the way she genuinely interacts with her teammates, the way she instinctively demands the best from everyone in the gym. You can even see in training footage, Caitlin looks noticeably bulked up, like she's intentionally put on muscle mass to be ready for the upcoming season, a season that many are already predicting could be an MVP caliber season. It's setting the tone for the entire Fever roster. Even the veterans on the team are immediately recognizing Clark's profound influence, and that speaks volumes about her overall mentality. Clark isn't afraid to speak up when needed. She's not waiting for permission to lead. She's not shrinking into the background, hoping to slowly earn respect over time. She's taking the reins right now. Her infectious energy in practice is palpable, and it's already making her teammates work harder, push further. She's pushing her teammates in every single drill, consistently setting the standard for intensity and unwavering focus. When she sees a teammate struggling, she's immediately there to lift them up, offering words of genuine encouragement or a quick piece of invaluable advice. It's this kind of mentality, this kind of genuine support that transforms good teams into truly great ones. But it's not just about her words, it's fundamentally about her actions. Clark is leading by unwavering example, showing everyone that hard work isn't optional, it's the baseline expectation. Whether she's the first one to arrive at practice or the last one to leave, her dedication is crystal clear, undeniable. She's not just going through the motions, she's setting the gold standard for everyone around her. And here's something even more impressive. She's not just leading on the court. Off the court, she's actively taking the time to genuinely bond with her teammates, building trust and chemistry that will inevitably translate into tangible success during games. That level of awareness, that level of maturity is what ultimately separates good players from truly great ones. What's even more remarkable is that Clark's leadership isn't forced or manufactured, it's entirely natural. She simply has an undeniable presence that commands respect, and it won't take long before every single team in the WNBA starts feeling it. She's not just coming in as another talented rookie, she's coming in as a player who could very well shift the entire balance of power in the league. Her ability to dominate the game with her exceptional shooting, her pinpoint passing, and her already evident leadership qualities makes her a complete and frankly terrifying package. The rest of the league needs to wake up because Caitlin Clark isn't here to blend in, she's here to take over. And at this point, there's absolutely nothing anyone can do to stop her. And that's a wrap, folks. Caitlin Clark isn't just making waves, she's making history in real time. If this is just the very beginning, just imagine what she's going to do once she truly hits the WNBA stage for real. Stephanie White is already in awe, her teammates are stepping up their game, and the entire league? Yeah, they better be paying very close attention. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay on top of absolutely everything WNBA, make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss a thing. We've got all the latest updates, deep dives, and the very best basketball stories coming your way. And hey, what do you think? Will Caitlin Clark live up to all the hype and truly take over the WNBA? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the conversation going. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.